Now, the Nigerian Immigration Service has initiated a capacity building workshop for its spokespersons to equip them with knowledge and skills in the fight against irregular migration through communication. At the training yesterday, the Acting Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Idris, stated the socio-cultural nature of irregular migration called for more than legislative measures. Hence the need to build capacity in the communications department of the service. Benedict Oku has more on the story.
The Nigerian Immigration Service, in conjunction with Conrad Adena State Fund, has made steps to tackle the issue of irregular migration through the upskill of the communications section of the service. Speaking at the training in Abuja on Monday, the Acting Comptroller General of the Nigerian Immigration Service, Idris Jere, represented by ACG Abdullahi Usman, said the smuggling of migrants was a particular problem that requires socio-cultural means of correction in addition to other actions by the government.
You see, training and retraining makes difference between A and B. Irregular migration is a menace that we all have to struggle and fashion it out. And without knowledge, you cannot fight the irregular migration. The irregular migration, that is the movement out of the country through unorthodox route without proper channel. And our coming here is to give ourselves, I'm happy with the Korea Foundation, to give us a capacity building for us to see need to communicate to CSOs and societies on the menace of irregular migration. Some people travel, they don't know that their movement is irregular. But with this, at the end of this exercise, the society will be able to understand the difference between regular and irregular migration.
The spokesperson of the NIS, DCI Amos Okbu, noted that the gap between the service and the press would also be reduced to ensure swift and reliable communication.
Capacity is key. Knowledge is key. You cannot communicate what you don't know. So what we're doing here is laying the foundation. We have isolated our spokesperson to come to Abuja for this two-day program, to put into them those enablements, those enablers that will support their communication powers. We want a crop of officers that can communicate on issues around irregular migration. There has been a serious gap in communication, and we're thinking that this two-day capacity building exercise will meaningfully address those gaps.
Also speaking, the Director of Private Sector at the Economic Community of West African States Commission, Tony Elumelu, noted that more awareness was needed, especially within Africa, to ensure migrants didn't engage accidentally in irregular migration.
At the ECOWAS level, irregular migration should be discouraged, but most of the acts are not known by those who are being transported through irregular means. So it's very important that you enlighten people, and you cannot give what you don't have. So that's why the NIS, like the ACG just mentioned, is doing capacity building so that even the officers will know. You know, when you say irregular, to have irregular status, you might come into a country, for example, regularly through the appropriate channel. When you overstay, you become an irregular migrant. So there are definitions that are alien to people. So you need also to know. And that is the essence of having to build the capacities of the operatives here in order to also deliver. This is one of the reasons why this program is going on. To build the capacity of the operatives to be able to deliver properly on their mandates.
Considering the fact that Adamawa State is bordering Nigeria-Cameroon border, it will help us to combat the illegal, irregular migrants that are infiltrating through the territory and the entry point through Adamawa State port of entry.
Irregular migration is the movement that takes place outside the regulatory norms of the sending, transit, and receiving country. It is hoped that non-confrontational means such as communication can curb the occurrences to prevent further escalation.